Hello, hello. Melissa Harrison with Melissa Harrison Coaching. Today we're going to talk about not settling, but from a behavioral perspective. I have a new little twist on how to help you make sure that you're not settling. So before we do though, I want to remind you of all of the ways we can work together. I have one-on-one coaching, different packages and different options within those packages. I have laser clarity sessions, online trainings and courses, a monthly mastermind group coaching from time to time, and of course my free Facebook group, the Fierce Sisterhood. Definitely hop in there and join us. Amazing group of women. You will love it. Okay, so for women like us, ambitious, tenacious, driven, we get what we want all the time. We are fierce about not settling, right? I know you feel me on this. However, it can be a little sneaky sometimes because most of the time we're really, really good at almost everything we do. And I don't say that from a conceited, stuck-up kind of way. I say that we are in the flow of the rhythm of life, right? And we are blessed with certain skills, and we know that, and we take advantage of those skills. We use them to their highest potential, as well we should. And we tend to be really good at just about everything. However, because of that, when we are ready to jump out of our comfort zone and step into something that feels a little daunting, perhaps is a new level that, maybe for most people wouldn't even seem necessary because we're already such high achievers, but for us, we know this is the next step, doubt can kick in. Doubt likes to do that. And when doubt happens, it's a thought or a thought pattern that is a consistent story that we've been telling ourselves about this area of life. And that dominant story creates this sensation of doubt, which of course then produces a certain lens with which we view the situation. And that lens creates fear. Now, fear is the sensation in the body, right? But it is that sensation that we tend to react from. And unfortunately, in these situations, the result is oftentimes either inaction or subdued action. And then we don't get the results that we want. And then, because we're so good at almost everything that we put our hearts into, we think, that's maybe not meant for me. And so we settle. No more of that, no more. So here's what needs to happen. You have, with behavior, right? There's a trigger, the behavior, and the consequence. And the consequence is just anything that comes after the behavior. We tend to give the word consequence a negative connotation, but it's not negative. It's just anything that comes after the behavior. So the trigger is the doubt, and the lens then with which we're looking at the world. That's the trigger. The second thing is the inaction or the subdued action. And the third thing is, of course, not getting the outcome we want. So what I'm gonna need you to do is reframe all of those things. Reframe in those three areas. So I'm gonna need you to look at the doubt. I want you to pay very close attention. I say this all the time, but it's so necessary. What is the dominant story going through your mind about this area of life? What do you keep telling yourself about life in this area? Sometimes it's a very small, little tiny, sneaky voice that is telling you this story over and over again. So that is why it's so important to just get curious rather than like investigative. Just get curious, like, what am I always telling myself? Like every time I think about this area of my life, what are the thoughts that pop in my head? What are the things that, keep running on that wheel? Just get curious, you will find it. I need you to then reframe it from, and most of the time it's going to be something like, I don't know if I can be successful in that. Like maybe it's too much success. Maybe there's like not enough success to go around, and like maybe I'm gonna fail. And maybe that's gonna look really bad for me because I don't fail, like that's not a thing I do. Stuff like that's gonna pop up. So I need you to choose to reframe it to a much more empowering story. I know I'll figure it out. I always figure everything out. Even if I don't do it the first time, I will figure it out. It will happen. Things like that. That's what I want you to start telling yourself. So that's your first reframe. The second reframe is around the action itself. Again, sometimes the doubts can create inaction. So I need you to tell yourself, in that case, any action is better than no action. You can always redirect, you can always reroute yourself, right? But you got to at least start with some action. So I can always take different action is a great reframe for that. If you are taking subdued action, if you're taking like just enough action to kind of placate yourself and be like, I'm doing the damn thing. No, you're probably not. I need you to tell yourself more powerful action is what I deserve and the people who I serve deserve. Okay? That's a really powerful reframe because that gets you in two places, in your heart and in their hearts, because they do need you. The third place is, of course, the outcome, the results of the action. You deserve the outcomes that you want. As a matter of fact, I've said this a million times, I'm gonna say it again, you could not want the outcomes, you could not have the desire on your heart if it wasn't already there for you. Now, it may look slightly different in practice than in theory, right? Like when you get the outcome, it may not look exactly as you visualized it. It'll probably be better. 99% of the time, it's better. But you deserve those things. They are there for you. That is the reframe. I deserve this outcome. This outcome is already waiting for me. It's waiting for me. So, no more settling. And especially when you feel like I'm just doing enough. And I don't mean this from a frantic hustle kind of energy. Not at all. I mean this from the sense that action that we take is about the fun along the way to the desired outcome, not in an effort to get the desired outcome. You deserve to enjoy that action, not inaction or subdued action because some thought patterns created doubt. You're far too strong for that. Give it a go. Come join us in the Fierce Sisterhood, and I'll see you soon.